Her mom wants me to come talk to her.
Zach,
Wait. She also asked if Aaron can come talk to her. I think it's a good idea.
why?
Well, listen, can you come by for dinner? That would mean the world to me.
Look, let me call you and I'll let you know if I can make it.
You know, one of the common things that I really hate to point out each and every week of Sistas so far, because it just makes it seem like Fatima is being regressed as a character. I mean, the more we see her on Sistas, the more she acts like one of the girls. It's the fact that, like, Zach keeps telling her, you know, Fatima, you aren't keeping that same energy. Like, the way you come at me about things going on in my life that impact our relationship, you don't keep the same energy when I bring up things from your life that are exactly the same. Case in point, Fatima flipped when it came to Zach mentioning that, you know, Karen's mom, who's cool people, invited him over to Karen's house, and Aaron's going to be there too, I guess, to kind of, you know, put everything out on the table. Now, some people have said, well, Jeremy, it makes sense for Fatima to feel this way because how many times has, you know, Zach had to go over there to talk to Karen on, you know, more than one occasion? And while I agree with that sentiment, because it's like, yeah, this is too much, but Fatima isn't keeping that same energy, because my thing is this. Every other time, Zach has been like, I ain't going over there. But Fatima's always been the one to go, I don't know, Zach. I think you need to go over there to, you know, test to see if you still have feelings for her, because I don't like this. Basically being the one to push him to do it. But here we go with Zach being like, yo, I think it's a good idea to go. No, it's not. Again, Fatima is becoming more and more of a, hey, it's either my way or the highway kind of chick. And I don't like that. I miss when it used to be a team effort between the two. Yeah, it wouldn't always start with both of them agreeing on how to handle a situation. But once one of them like sat down and, you know, pretty much laid out the blueprints, the other one might come around and be like, okay, I see your point. Let's do this, but make sure let's do it right to nip it in the bud once and for all. So Zach goes on to further say, you were also given an invitation, Fatima, and I think you need to go too so we can all sit down. And I agree. Some people do feel like Fatima's feelings are justified. I agree that, yeah, it's like nothing good comes from a meeting with Karen. It's like, you know, hell, I went over to the penthouse. Turns out she only did that to try to hurt me. But thankfully, you were open and honest and I knew she was pregnant. But then on top of that, it's like, look, after what happened last night, she says one thing wrong to me and I want to set it off. And honestly, I couldn't blame her. But the reason I think Fatima should go is because Zach and Fatima, when they're just like, I think I made this comparison a while ago, but put it this way. They remind me of Jim and Catherine from the Haves and the Have-Nots. Yes, I know they aren't married and they don't have the same level of disdain for each other like Catherine and Jim. But whenever these two work together, they shut shit down, like confronting Professor Cannon, dealing with, I forgot her name. Was it Sarah, the chick who was like the assistant to George, the acting DA? And she went over to the Crier's house and, you know, she was actually bugged to record, you know, incriminating evidence. But then Jim and Catherine shut it down. Basically, whenever Jim and Catherine put their differences aside, their hatred for each other, they were an unstoppable team. But whenever they decided to do things like their own way, you know, Jim would always say, Catherine, every time you handle things by yourself, it leaves a huge mess that I have to clean up. Case in point, Jennifer Salison's death. So in the case of Zach and Fatima, kind of the same way. Zach doesn't handle things with the same level of firmness that Fatima does. So usually he might temporarily pacify the problem, but it's going to come back worse than before. Fatima, she stomps out a problem, but the way she does it is usually too messy, leading to legal ramifications. So when these two work together to shut it down, best example and the most recent example, when Fatima showed up to deal with Tony at the hotel, they nipped that shit in the bud, because guess what? When Gretchen from the SEC came, damn, Tony, I talked to the woman from the airport, the senator's wife, and she didn't say anything either, so I got nothing on you. Yeah, because Fatima told her ass what was what, and she, you know, kept quiet. So I really believe that if Zach and Fatima both went over there, let Karen read that letter. Let Fatima tell Karen's mom how Karen's been acting. Something tells me Karen's going to be back in line. That's not to say she's going to like Fatima or like Zach or the situation, but I bet she won't be causing no more shit. I'll tell you that right now. But because Zach is going over there, he's not going to respond to the letter the way Karen wants him to, and she's going to be pissed off. I get it. I get it. Karen is Zach's ex. It's his responsibility to take care of it. But I do feel like based on his track record, Fatima should have been like, okay, look, you came over here. You said you don't know how to express that you love me and no one else, but maybe I should go to this meeting with you just so as a team we can show Karen that, yeah, we are together. There's no moving back. She just has to deal with it. And if she can't, well, she's going to get fucked up. But no, Zach is going over there by himself and he's going to get ganged up on. I already feel it because like I said, time and time again, it's going to be a situation where it's like, oh yeah, well, you know, Zach is causing her stress. And then if ever Zach tries to explain, well, she don't want to keep popping up to the house and she keeps doing this, then he's going to get shut down. And, you know, it's going to be like Aaron. He's going to side with Karen because he's going to try to be, okay, let me just show that I'm the better man for Karen and Zach. So, yeah, you're right, Karen. Zach is causing you a lot of stress. See, that's going to be a lot of that. So, hopefully Miss Lisa is a fair but firm moderator because, like I said, if this is a situation where the fellas are just there to listen and shut up, then I'm not here for it. Fatima should have went. That's all I'm saying. But, yeah, all that's to say, what about the Ian invite? Because in Zatima, Ian's mother invited Fatima over to their place for dinner. So again, we got Fatima flipping out over Zach talking about the invitation that Karen's mother extended. But at the same time, it's like Fatima said, when somebody brings up my exes, I don't get any emotion. Yeah, that kind of conflicts with what you told Angela in the bathroom where it's like all these feelings just came back. And somebody was like, they tried to come at me on Twitter. See, that ain't even happened, you know, yet. You're just making stuff up. No. In season 5, episode 4, Sistas, this week's episode, Fatima brought up the hot tub beatdown from Deja, to Deja. And that was in the finale of Zatima. Ian's mom invited Fatima over for dinner at the ending of Zatima episode 7. So, no, that's technically an event that has happened. It's just a matter of, has Fatima told Zach yet? Ha! So, yeah, number 1, Fatima should have definitely went to the dinner. And number 2, yeah, I don't think Zach knows about the Ian thing. Because to Fatima, that's besides the point. And I just hate when they do that with the character. So, with that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.